Can a human body produce its own alcohol? This peculiar question sparked an extraordinary event in Belgium. In April 2022, in Bruges, a man working at a local brewery found himself in a strange situation. One evening, he was stopped by police while driving home. Suspected of DUI, he took a breathalyser test, a standard procedure. The outcome was anything but standard. The breathalyser showed an astonishing 0.91 milligrams of alcohol per litre, over 4 times the legal limit of 0.22 milligrams. This result sent shockwaves through the man's life and the Belgian legal system. The story didn't end there. A month later, the same man was again stopped by the police and subjected to a breathalyser test. This time, the breathalyser displayed a slightly lesser, but still alarmingly high reading of 0.71 milligrams. He was bewildered, the legal fraternity puzzled, and public opinion divided. This event opened up a Pandora's box of questions about the human body and its complex chemistry. A question that came to the forefront was, can our bodies really produce their own alcohol? Question that initially sounded bizarre had now become a burning issue that needed an answer, not just for the man in question, but for the legal system and the scientific community as well. In 2019, a certain man found himself faced with a severe fine and the suspension of his driver's license. Despite his strong protestations and vehement denials of having consumed alcohol, the court remained unmoved. His fervent arguments, his protestations of innocence, they all fell on deaf ears. The court ruling was absolute, his license was revoked immediately, and he was levied with a hefty fine which left him in a state of utter devastation, both financially and emotionally. Time, the great weaver of stories, known for its unexpected twists and turns, once again tossed the man into a similar predicament years later. The charge levied against him was identical, driving under the influence of alcohol. However, this time, the proceedings in the courtroom took a decidedly peculiar turn, adding a layer of intrigue to the unfolding drama. The defense team, composed of lawyers who were known for their calm demeanor and well-prepared arguments, came up with a defense strategy that was unprecedented and unheard of. They put forth a unique argument. They contended that their client was not guilty of consuming alcohol, but was, in fact, suffering from a rare medical condition known as autobrewery syndrome, or ABS for short. A condition that causes body, specifically the stomach, to ferment carbohydrates into alcohol. This leads to the production and increase of ethanol levels in the bloodstream, mimicking the symptoms associated with alcohol intoxication. The courthouse was abuzz with whispers, the jury and the spectators intrigued by this unique defense. This case would definitely be one remembered for its unconventional argument. The defense had to now prove their client's innocence by convincing the court he was a living, breathing, sounds like an April Fool's joke, right? But it's no jest. The reality is a baffling tale of a medical rarity that's far from humorous, a unique anomaly recognized first in 1952 in Japan, not a recent phenomenon. It's been known for over half a century, yet it remains shrouded in obscurity due to its extreme rarity. It was officially named only in 1990, however. It continued to elude common knowledge. This medical oddity reportedly affects a mere handful of 20 individuals globally. In a world populated by billions, only 20 are inflicted with this condition. It's a fact so bewildering, it challenges our mundane comprehension. When such an extraordinary case presented itself, the court was compelled to acknowledge this peculiarity. This unique circumstance was an unforeseen challenge that pushed legal norms into uncharted territory. It was a test to conventional justice. When faced with such an exceptional situation, the court had to make a surprising but necessary decision. The man, who was initially accused of drunk driving, was declared not guilty, an outcome that contradicts usual expectations, and so the charges of drink driving are dismissed. In summary, a Belgian man employed in a brewery found himself at the epicenter of a peculiar court case. Charged with drink driving, he cited an infrequent health condition identified as autobrewery syndrome. This condition, extremely rare, arises from specific yeasts transforming carbohydrates within the digestive system into alcohol. With the syndrome, this fermentation escalates rapidly, causing increased blood alcohol concentration without drinking alcohol. The case hinged on a breathalyser result implicating the man. Forensic teams initially deduced conventional inebriation given his brewery occupation, but medical records validated his extraordinary condition, provoking a shift in the legal trajectory. Presented evidence reframed the man's image. He was not portrayed as a reckless alcoholic, but as a casualty of his body's unusual capability to generate alcohol. The astonishing medical anomaly led the judge to absolve him. The man was vindicated. He emerged from the unusual ordeal with his reputation intact. An incredible yarn that serves as a unique reminder. Sometimes reality can indeed eclipse the wildest imaginations. In conclusion, the story of a man falsely accused of drink driving due to his body's unique propensity to generate alcohol illustrates the spectacular world of medical oddities and the complexities of the legal system. This narrative, although surreal, compels us to acknowledge that truth can be more astonishing than fiction. The man walked away from the experience with his reputation unblemished. An unbelievable tale, but one that reminds us that sometimes truth can indeed be stranger than fiction.